Welcome to Unsolicited Views, where we talk about topics that you may or may not give a damn about.
You was like a little player.
I was never a player. When was I ever a player?
I don't know your track record.
I've never been a player in my life.
What would your exes say about you today?
None of them would say I was a player.
Yeah, you don't seem like it. You seem too nice of a person.
Yeah, that ain't me. I don't play niggas.
Oh. You got played? I don't think I never.
I absolutely gotten played.
I don't think if I got played, I don't know. I like to keep it that way.
Oh no, I know that I've gotten played. But I think so many of our relationships were situationships, which lead to getting played.
But I think we came of age in the hookup culture era.
Mm-hmm.
So like the 2010s, I feel like that was when it's like that was more commonplace than not. Yeah. But I think because I feel like people just extended college at some point because that's what's going on in college, and I think a lot of adults like extended college into their 20s, and so that's like the hookup culture is very college. That's really where to me that's where it comes from. Yeah. But also that used to be very much a PWI type deal because you would hear about them hooking up a lot more than black people.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And we started to like.
I think at HBCUs you're still too concerned about being
your family,
judged,
your parents,
your family. All
you still
that.
care about morals and ethics.
Mm-hmm. Them white girls at them schools, they be like,
Psh. It is a difference. So it's like it's weird when you stand back and watch. You like that sexual liberation sometimes probably does help them.
Oh yeah,
because
that's why they be getting married fast. They got it out the way. They got out their systems or the trains and things like. they that was so college for them.
High school,
right? They be like kissing girls. Psh, we did that already.
You know,
like,
it's funny you say that because I remember in high school we had kids that were sleeping over already.
Absolutely.
In high school, I
think middle school. Yeah, that's when we wore uniforms in middle school. I remember a girl in a thong. I'm like, a thong?
Thongs were popping.
Not for me and my people.
No.
In middle school,
popping. But I think girls was wearing them, putting them on at school, putting their real drawers on back.
No, I don't know any black girls that was doing that.
I feel like thongs were popping.
In high school, yes. Middle school, absolutely not.
Not on purpose. Like I think they was sneaking.
Yeah, I know people were sneaking that in high school. Because then they had a little bit of pocket change from their little part-time jobs to go to Victoria's Secret to get the grab $5. Yep. That was nasty. Now that I think about it.
Everybody had
all them hands.
All your friends had those on.
I had them on.
Dang.
All them hands. Just
hands on your drawers.
Right.
You washed them first, right?
I do now. But I actually buy the stuff in the pack now. And so I feel better than, But yeah.
I always wonder what's the side effect of all this plastic we wear. Because everything we wear has polyester or some type of stretch.
I be thinking that about like fitness watches.
Yeah.
And like that on your arm 24/7. Yeah.
I won't wear them for that reason. But also,
I love them, but
I'm not that techie though.
I still be thinking about like those and like people that wear AirPods all day.
Oh, that's me. They got me. My brain is fried. I wear like my AirPods. I'll be wearing AirPods all day.
Because I even noticed like sometimes I have this little bump that forms on.
Oh yeah, that's from holding your phone.
And I be like, as soon as I notice it, I move my pinky. I be like, oh no. But that's why people have the little thing that go on the back of their phone now.
What's that? To hold
it's like a little circle, to hold it so you're not putting all that weight on.
But it said it's like a sort of thing you can get to like scroll for you.
And I'd be thinking about getting that for reading. Yeah. Because I'd be tired of holding.
You got Kindle? Or you
No, I just read from my phone or I have a physical book.
You gotta get a book. Yeah, you gotta read a book.
Yeah.
So what's good? We back another episode of Unsolicited Views. It's Syd. It's Jon. They're dropping like flies. By the time you look up, it will be just... Who you think will be the last man standing?
You.
I think so. I'm just saying here now. If... I'm the last man standing. I'm rebranding, started another pod.
You should absolutely, if it comes to that, do an episode and name it Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
And go ham on everybody.
And I'm going to start another pod, and I'm getting a whole new set of people.
Okay. Where you going to find them?
Oh, that ain't going to be a problem.
Okay.
I would.
We that replaceable.
Y'all not that replaceable.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like Joe Budden in here.
Mm-hmm. That's how
y'all not that replaceable, but also, if I ever go about this again, it will be people that was already in the content. Like, because I thought I was the least of the content people here in terms of like social media presence. Like,
But that's because a lot of the people that have on the pod or that have ever been on the pod that have a good amount of followers, they wasn't doing it to create content.
No, they was
doing it because they got it in college, and when they post, it's literally like for fun. It's not with intention behind it.
Now with content is so serious. So when we first started podding, like content wasn't as serious,
right? But now
content is serious. So to the point where like if we like today, if I chose a crew, they would all have to be X amount of followers.
Yeah.
Have something they're promoting. Like, because it's just like now you can't even play around with it.
That's why I'm like, dang, we went to college like 5 years too early. Because if I would have had TikTok in college, I would have been on it. Yeah.
Even if we would have had TikTok when we first started this pod.
Yeah.
When we first started this pod, there was no TikTok. When we first started this pod, there were barely videos on Instagram.
Yeah, they had like IGTV.
Yeah. So that's why
just launched
IGTV. It was horrible too.
It was. It was always shaped. Like turn the wrong way, and
16:9 was everything. Now everything's 9:16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I mean, podcasts are dying in general.
Yeah,
I think there's gonna be a couple pods that will remain forever.
But I think the reason that it's dying is because a lot of people were able to get by with doing low effort.
Yeah, like we were.
Yeah.
We were able to just post our audio, and that was fine.
Yeah.
But now it requires more. So like the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Which I found some AI. That's kind of who did all our last videos. That's why I got 3 more videos to post now.
Yeah.
So now I got AI. I'm like, okay, I can just post these videos. Because our content has always been good. It's not been a matter of content. It's been a matter of getting to the masses in terms of palatable for watching on YouTube. Because when I put it on YouTube, I'm like, oh, shoot, people watched it.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh. I'm put
Speaking
this
of AI, if you could have a robot to assist with like daily tasks, would you?
Yes.
You would.
I think I would let AI do only a certain amount of tasks.
Like what?
So AI could cook my food.
Okay.
Fold clothes, clean.
Mm-hmm.
Do a couple computing activities. Do a little bit of work for me. Like when I reply to my emails at least.
Ooh, to manage the budget?
No. I don't trust them with that.
Okay.
I take their calculations. I wouldn't take their...
That's true because ChatGPT, they be lying.
Yeah.
When you ask them to give you a budget.
Oh
my God. Or for a shopping list.
Oh yeah, bad
I'm
advice.
Like, where y'all getting these prices? These are not accurate.
And I try to trick it and I try to say, for a black man living in, and it'd be like, do not compute.
Right.
Like, it don't even know. Like, for this podcast, I was like, let me see what happens if I try to do an outline. I'm just like, give me an outline for a black millennial podcast focused on X, Y, and Z. They said, we don't got black millennials. Like, what do you mean? So
right.
It's really one of those things. But
so kind of just the basic tasks around.
Yeah, basic tasks.
Like things that you would have a chef or maid or like house assistant do, essentially.
That's basically what I would do with AI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think that people are going to get kinky with AI at some point?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, if you think about it now, people already are with like whole replacing the face to watch porn.
Huh?
They take a celebrity's face and will put it on a porn star's face and watch porn like they're watching their celebrity favorite.
Where are they doing this at?
Taylor Swift have sued so many people.
But how do you what X videos porn like what company is doing?
Oh,
that?
I don't know. I don't have that many details. No, absolutely.
You just got the good old give it.
But like if you think about it, with some of the AI tools, they'd be like, "Oh, make me look like a baby," and they take your face and like put on a baby. That's all they doing in reverse with porn. But celebrities are suing them because it's like, don't.
So if you find a video of your favorite star and then you got to put it through
or
a generator?
Like you can, it's because some of these AI tools you pay for and they're like very high tech. And so it's like, make a porn like this one, but with...
That's too much work if you're trying to be satisfied. By the time I do all of that, what I came here to do, if I'm watching porn...
I mean, not for people that, click through to page 10, like...
Wow. They had a problem.
I mean, yeah. People pay for porn every day.
What page do you click to?
Oh, I don't know.
You're a researcher?
I keep my tabs open so I can just start where I stopped.
Press play. Take me a month to get through this one.
I'll go back like, I ain't finished this one. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I don't close my tab. But I do think some people with money to waste, like and it's not even people with money to waste, because people that don't have money to waste still waste money on nasty stuff. Like,
Yeah, people just nasty.
Yeah, people are nasty and don't care about consent. Because that's a consent issue. When you making it look like a celebrity is having sex when they're not. And it's weird. It is weird. If
you found out your partner was doing that, is that a red flag?
Oh, absolutely. We go on to counseling immediately. Like, this nigga's nasty.
Do you... It's funny because we talked about porn a couple times in this podcast. I think porn might have negatively affected the next generation even worse than our generation.
How so?
It's too accessible.
Because of like OnlyFans and stuff and like Twitter.
Yeah. Google.
But we had Tumblr. Tumblr was wild.
Yeah, but you see this, but you know it was the hidden nature of something like Tumblr.
Sure, because it was, yeah.
Like everything we did that was bad growing up, I felt like you had to like sneak to do.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think
you don't have to sneak to do it. You gotta
sneak to do much anymore. Like we snuck to do everything that our parents told us not to do: smoke, drink, have sex, watch porn. Like we, all of these things that were bad, you had to sneak to do.
Right? They don't sneak,
and you felt guilty.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, like a lot of the things I've done, to me, they weren't bad. And like as an adult, they weren't the worst. But things that might not have been approving of my parents.
Yeah.
I felt guilty and I would have remorse and I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I think shame is gone. I think shame needs to come back full. We need to start shaming people again. I think cancel culture got rid of a lot of shame. But yeah, and I don't think kids feel that. I don't think they feel like, oh man, I should sneak. No, they're like, no, I'm gonna just watch this porn in my room. Close the door.
Funny, I saw this video earlier today. It was a parent. He pays out of pocket for his daughter to go to college.
I thought you said for the porn subscription. That's wild.
No. She paid someone using her dad's credit card to write her paper. He like, first of all, I'm paying out of pocket for you to go to school, and you going to use my money to then pay somebody else to write your paper. That's what he was saying. He's like, I'm paying for you to learn so you can write your own paper. Then you're going to use more money to pay somebody. Like, I might as well pay for them to get a degree if you paying somebody else to write your paper. But she's like, I was busy. And he like...
this is your whole full-time job. What are you busy
And so
doing?
that's what somebody was like, as soon as she said that she was busy, that's how you know that she had no way of thinking that this was a problem. She thought...
Oh yeah, she thought it was normal.
She thought this was fine, this was normal, that she just had to do it because she was busy.
So it was something that wasn't taught before we got to this point.
Right.
That thought made you think that paying somebody to do the paper, I was going to
And at least, like you said, you use his card, you ain't even sneak to do it.
And that's what's crazy, like, your sneak game, you have to be good. Like, I remember, like, when I was young... and we was watching something we wasn't supposed to on the computer. You know how
you had that last button ready.
Yeah, on the TV you had to have the last button ready, or you had to learn how to
tab ready to click over.
Yeah, you had to learn how to delete cookies before we even knew what cookies were.
Right.
Deleting browsing history was normal.
Yeah,
like it was never nothing in the browsing history. Like, nobody searched nothing on this computer. Never. This computer's always starting fresh every day. That's how I remember my brother. I think somebody had got a virus on the computer from LimeWire. That's how I learned how to reinstall an operating system. Yeah. Because, back in the day, those viruses should take over your computer.
They did. They would kill a computer.
Ooh, you had that same white girl would pop up at every moment.
Oh, my God.
Like, God dang, put a shirt on at least. Are you making making it hot? So, like, yeah.
I was trying to illegally watch something the other day. And all these pop-ups.
You still doing that?
It's a movie I really wanted to see, and I didn't see it in the movie theaters, but I really didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I got the link, but on my phone, it come with a VPN. And so I just had to turn the VPN on, and then the pop-ups stopped. But initially, I was like, bro, I ain't dealt with this many pop-ups and I don't know how long.
That life, you like, yo, people still out here getting viruses?
Right.
This is like, trash.
People falling for this?
Yeah. You still clicking the fake McAfee shit?
Right.
Yeah. No, people is.
But like, kids don't know to avoid those things yet.
No, not yet. They do not skip ads on YouTube.
Skipping ads, that's one thing, but they don't know how to detect what is a spam.
They can't read it. They can't.
So like the text messages from a random person, like, "Oh, you want $1,000 on Cash App?"
Never.
They be clicking it, and I'm like, "No, they're gonna try to steal your information." Well, ain't none of my information on here. You'd be surprised.
My information's on there. Goddammit.
Right. Yeah. And so it's like we have to either limit kids or teach them how to avoid the things that, like, because I get spam text messages every day.
Just ignore them.
But you just know to ignore them. I got filters so that they go to a whole different folder. Yeah. But, like, kids don't know to do that. They be answering spam calls. It's like, stop answering
it. So to that point, whereas though we're raising, like, people raising kids now, and they've sheltered them from, like, so much. Like, being able to identify a scam,
yes,
or danger,
yes, I think there is
not
something
taught.
No.
So like, I remember being young and my dad take me in certain neighborhoods that I would never be in by myself.
Yeah,
or being in places where I shouldn't be, and he would say like, if you are ever here or there, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. Mm-hmm. Kids are so unexposed where they might go down Lexington Market just to get a cheeseburger and get robbed.
Right.
Because they don't even know that like you're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like certain things like, oh, you got jewelry on. No, you take that off. Mm-hmm. Like to this day, I was driving in my car, my coworker, we was in another state and we were doing a training, and I put everything in my trunk. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing on my seat. She's like, well, why'd you do that? I said, nothing on the seats.
But that's the funny thing. In the training videos for most jobs, they still tell you to do that.
Yeah.
They tell you to use the safe in the hotel room.
Always.
Like they tell you to do all those things. People just don't be.
Yeah, nothing on your seats, nothing visible, nothing that looks like a computer, nothing looks like technology. Mm-hmm. Like, dirty your seats up a little bit.
Radios getting stolen.
Right. Leave your trash on the seat. Like,
right.
Even if it's change, people go in your car for change. Somebody don't got nothing will take anything.
Yeah.
So like, but it's funny, like common sense, like, we don't teach common sense now. So I think a lot of younger kids, where they think they're big and bad, like you even can size up. Like I was young enough to know you had to size up the guy that you knew could beat your ass or beat you up.
Yeah.
It's not curse. Too late. You had to know that guy. You had to know that you can't fight. You had to know, okay,
how far you can go.
Right. You had to know the girl was a hoe. You had to know, like stuff like that was taught. Like, nobody teaching these young guys.
But also, we had to learn some of that later. Like, we didn't have phones in elementary school to have to know to avoid spam messages.
We didn't. But
like, we didn't even have unlimited text messages. Like, what you had 100.
So you had to have good text games.
Yes.
I only got so many characters.
Right.
And I only got so many texts. So we have a paragraph every text.
Right.
Because you have to answer 5 questions out of 1 text.
Right. So I think us growing up with technology taught us some of these things along the way that kids now, since they have technology, which yes, it's still advancing, but like they have a lot of it already, they are not going through the process of learning. And like spam messages, they just getting smarter.
Yeah, that's true. I knew I was old. This is when I knew I was old. I knew I was old when the word Riz came up and I found out what it meant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so that's a thing?
Yeah.
So basically, and when I watched like the videos, I was like, all right, let me go on TikTok and go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like normal conversation for us.
Yeah.
This wasn't like Riz. It was just like how to talk to a girl.
Yes.
How to talk to a guy. Like how to flirt.
But a lot of new slang is really just taking older words and turn them in something. Because like Riz just came from charisma. Like they just taking terms that we didn't even use. Like our parents used. Yeah. And turning them into something different. Yeah. Who was saying charisma?
Yo, when Jive Turkey come back, that's going to be wild.
But they going to shorten it to be something else. JT. Like they going that's all they do. They think they making something new when they just taking the old stuff and turning it around.
I think their slang is whack.
Yeah.
But I guess somebody would say ours was.
I was about to say, yeah.
So, like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it's one thing. So, before we go into the next topic, I was going to say, I think black professionals, young black people, we should be very careful of not making our kids so white adjacent. We think, I feel as though a lot of times, and being white is not a problem. I like white people. They're my peoples.
I don't.
You like them.
That don't mean I like white people.
You closer to their hue. But anyway.
Because they raped my ancestors. Even more reason for me to not like them.
Yeah, you probably should have a really serious problem. Because you can see it. I can't see it. I'm a little dark still. Dang, I ain't think about it. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for great-grandmas, great-great-grandmas, great-great-great-grandma. Whoever was assaulted, Lord, DV by a white person, and they didn't even quite call it that at the time.
Right, absolutely.
My prayers are with you. DV series 1-800 domestic violence. But to your point, I think as we attain success, we got to be very careful.
Yeah,
because a lot of the things that we consider successful aren't successful. They are more white.
Like
the white picket fence. That was.
I don't know if that's a white thing. I think that's the American dream thing.
That wasn't our dream. Ha.
I think it was sold to us. I think it was sold to everybody.
It was. I mean, crack is sold to everybody.
But like also because I was literally just talking to my mom about this earlier.
Reggie sold. You gotta buy it.
I was talking to my mom about this earlier. The reason why I think that's not race specific and that's part of the American dream is the way that Social Security, for example, is set up. Mm-hmm. What you get paid is the average of what you got paid over 35 years. Mm-hmm. That's what you get paid when you get Social Security. And it is adjusted for inflation. However, most of bills today have jumped up higher than inflation has.
10 to 5 times.
However, 5 to 10 times, but the reason why they thought adjusting for inflation would be enough is because all of this was set up under the mindset is you get a good job, you stay there, yes. You retire from there, you buy one house, yes. You live there, you pay it off. Right. So when you retire, you don't even have a lot of big bills.
Not a lot of jumps.
No, so that Social Security check, it's more than enough because all of your major bills are paid off.
That was the idea.
So I think that was sold to everybody, and we are now suffering from it.
The American dream was never sold to a black person. That's why, like, when people say that, it was never sold to us, and it was never evident that it was our plight. I think what happened is they gave us college, and when they gave us college, we thought by going to college
we could attain them.
That you could attain it. And no, you can't. Yeah. But also a lot of things.
College was much cheaper for our parents.
But a lot of the things that we chased through education, we chased education not with the guys to be like, okay, we're educated, we're better, we're going to just be better at life, not necessarily go get a job. Mm-hmm. We started being so career driven to the point where we forgot community. We forgot all of the things that got us to the point where college was commonplace amongst our community.
Part of the issue or part of the reason that is the case though is because, like I said, the cost of things increases so much faster than inflation and so much faster than income did that you have to work so much more to get the same stuff.
Yeah. But okay, so obviously it's just us two here, but if it was a bigger group, I really would ask, what is your idea of success? And I'm hard pressed to get somebody to answer that question without their answer sounding white adjacent.
So what's your answer?
My idea of success is legacy. By any means. Like my children, to leave the world in a better place than which it was when I got here. Yeah. To make sure that I've made proud my family, my parents specifically, to whatever they've invested to me to grow that by dividends.
So what is the white version of that?
I think that's where we start to calculate capitalism.
I was about to say, because I feel like that's really what it is, capitalism.
Yeah. Legacy, I think, has always been, if you think about the black community, legacy was always big to us. Our name, like even they used to always say stuff like, don't embarrass your parents. Yeah. Or don't don't forget where you came from. Yeah. That was important. Now it's more so like, like the things even we show off now on IG.
So is it white or capitalistic?
Capitalistic is white. It's a white ideal. Because you got to think about the traditional African ideals in which we really come from. They weren't capitalistic. Hence why they came and got us with those guns in the first place. Because that's not our bag.
But they were slaves there too. They just wasn't.
But we weren't trying to conquer and be greedy. Greed is a very Eurocentric ideal.
I think conquer, no. Be greedy, yes. If slavery existed, it's because you're trying to be greedy.
No, but slavery existed through a system of justice and indentured servitude.
For some people, yes.
But it wasn't for conquest.
No, it wasn't.
And that's what I'm saying. That's where I believe it's so capitalistic. Whereas though a lot of times like gratitude or each one teach one, it takes a village. Yeah. These are African principles and proverbs in which our ancestors thrived from. Yeah. That is counterproductive to what a lot of us do on the other side of college.
Because of capitalism.
Yeah. We veer away from the things that our grandmothers and grandparents said were important. Because some of those, got to think, some of them did have degrees, but not once did they ever forget where they came from. We forget where we come from more. And I think we're so comfortable. It's such a group of us that forgot where we came from that none of us realize, and I'm not one of them, but none of them realize that, we forgot where we came from. Mm-hmm. You really forget until you're reminded. Mm-hmm. Even like Jay-Z, I think one of the most powerful things he said in that album was that 444. He's like, still nigga, like billionaire, still nigga. Yeah. But like until you get that slap in your face.
And he's still a capitalist.
It's a lot of debate out there.
We're debating if Jay-Z is a capitalist.
I don't know his heart.
I don't care what your heart is. If you're a billionaire, you are a capitalist. Come on.
That's not true.
A billionaire? We're not just talking about millionaire, even though I could argue for millionaire. But billionaire, anybody that's a billionaire, regardless of your heart, You are a true capitalist. So, there's no other way to get there.
Benefiting from capitalism and being a capitalist is not the same, is it?
He is both. Come on.
So you think, I feel like with capitalism comes evil.
Okay. I think to be a billionaire, people suffer on your way to get there. It's not always intentional. It's not always intentional, but people suffered.
So you think Dame Dash is a product of his capitalism?
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree.
I don't think it worked out as well for him. But
yeah, I wouldn't disagree, but also I can agree because it's always details. But also that's also the bullshit that I think people always use as scapegoats, because people always argue semantics, because when people... There's a strong opinion. Some people always say stuff like, "Oh, I don't know all the details." You don't know a lot of details about a lot of things. That don't mean you don't make a decision.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's actually bullcrap when people say stuff like, "Well, I don't have all the details. I don't have all the facts." You don't have all the facts about that guy that got a gun in your face, but you're not saying, "Oh, he had mental health issues. Oh, don't kill. He's okay. Shoot me." No.
I mean, that's why most people are single issue voters. They vote based on one issue because that is the one thing that moves them. I think the people that don't have things that they care about, then that's when they sound like asking about all of the context and all this other stuff and
racism. I'm not voting for you. It's kind of quick.
Right. But like the people that are not solid in their values, that's what the people that are like nitpicking.
Oh, okay.
And like, yeah, he might be racist, but I got my stimulus. Yeah. Like that's when we get to that.
But you see their life, in their life, they ain't shit already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they ain't shit adjacent. So like when it manifests itself, you're not so surprised. Yeah. It's like the person, like you've seen how their life played out at this age. You just like, that's not far off.
Yeah.
Like I got it.
Yeah.
I knew.
But we didn't see it back then.
I think I saw some of them.
Some of them, yeah, sure.
And sometimes you don't follow your gut, but you knew your friends that wasn't shit younger, and you knew they weren't gonna ever amount to much. And that's not even being mean. Some people, you can see it. You can see the path that they were on.
I don't know. I just didn't have no not shit friend.
I could probably find one or two. You just don't. You probably won't identify them as such.
Okay.
Because I think what you might identify ain't shit is not probably my same definition.
Fair.
Ain't shit is a spectrum.
Okay.
It's a big
like sexuality.
If you say. Well, sexuality is a spectrum.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound. See, I'm gonna sound bigoted, but no. I think sexuality is a spectrum. I do believe that. Tell me if I'm wrong. And this is a learning experience. I believe that there is male and female, and then people that choose to decide that they are not neither, which is called non-binary, right? Non-binary.
But before you finish, I just want to say we're no longer talking about sexuality. Now we're talking about gender. But continue.
Oh, that's what always get me. But so sexuality is a preference. I mean, kinky to extra kinky, right? Or like
I don't think it's a preference, but yes, it's about what you are attracted to, who you engage with.
I get that. I'm not against that. Like some people are attracted to wild stuff. The Bible even speaks of people like animals.
Yeah,
like people nasty.
Yeah,
but also that's rude if we call it nasty because some people that's their kink,
right?
Or just their way of life,
right? We don't kink shame.
But some of it I still think is weird. I still think you should still be able to say that's weird, but you can do that.
Right.
But when it comes to gender, I do believe it's male and female. And of course, people should be able to say whatever they are. But me not agreeing, so like I believe they're trans. I understand trans people. I understand intersex.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I understand all of it. I agree that you should be able to be who you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I still think that people, and not me specifically, but people should also be able to say that they don't agree with it. They should be able to say they don't agree with it. But I don't think you not agreeing gives you the right to be mean, hurtful, or bigoted. And that's where I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, not agreeing with something is not the same as being mean, bigoted, or tearing somebody down.
But what does not agreeing mean?
I don't believe in it. Just like you don't believe.
You don't believe someone can be born with
I believe that. I believe,
with even
with
both.
The wrong. That's so subjective.
They can be born with both.
Yeah, you can be born with both.
Okay.
Hermaphrodite used to be the term.
Yes.
Can't call
it they
that
no
now.
longer. Yes.
But that's the scientific term.
I don't even think scientifically they use that.
Yeah, they probably moved that now. But whatever, yeah. I do believe people can be born with both.
Right.
I do believe people can feel like a man if they are a woman, vice versa, whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay.
I believe that.
Okay.
I don't think that my job or anybody's job is to disprove someone's belief.
Right.
I think your job should be to, whatever someone agrees with, treat them with love, kindness, and gentleness and grace. You never. That's the problem.
I agree with all that. I just never understand that I don't agree with that, because it's like, what is there for you to agree or disagree with?
To me, that's problematic.
That you can't agree or disagree with it?
When somebody says...
It's like me saying it's a table, and you like, I disagree. It's a stool.
Right.
And I'm like, but this is literally built to be a table.
But I could use that same logic to say I identify as a stool. And what are you going to say? You can't say anything.
I'm going to sit on you. Like, okay. So why do I have to argue that?
Right. But to me, when someone says, I don't agree, that can be fine. I don't like when people say, so you don't believe. So, for example, in the instance of sexuality or gender, right? People say, well, I don't believe in transgenders, which is okay. You don't believe it's transgenders. Why is it, if I say that or you say that, you don't believe in it, why can't they be like, okay, great, but just don't treat me any kind of way because you don't believe in it? To me, that's more important than someone saying, oh, I believe in it. Why are we so hell-bent on saying, well, what is there to believe in? It is what it is. But it's just like, why are you trying to convince somebody that don't want to believe?
I think because a lot of times the respect that you give by default comes with someone believing or understanding.
And to me, those things aren't connected.
I think they can be, though. A lot of times they are.
But I think that's shallow-mindedness. Like, me not agreeing with... So, for example, a heroin addict on the street, right? Someone just down bad on drugs. Sans what got them to that point. That has nothing to do with their personhood.
Right.
To the fact that they should still be treated with kindness, with respect, with dignity, and love.
Agreed. And they can shoot up how they want to.
And I don't agree with them shooting drugs. I think it's horrible.
See, I feel like it's fine.
Huh? Killing somebody?
The amount that we drink liquor. Like, someone could say that we doing the same exact thing.
Come on.
It's like we...
You know what? You about to paint yourself in the corner, but I'm going to tell you why you did. Because you said something pods ago about trying crack. And now it's coming back.
I meant coke, just to be clear. I said crack, but I meant coke.
Okay.
And I still would.
So you think somebody shooting up heroin, we shouldn't look at it any worse than we look at a drunk? Or somebody go to day parties and drink bottomless?
No. If you are drinking bottomless every day, you the same as a crackhead.
So social drinking and crackhead is different.
The only difference is the frequency. But some people literally drink every day.
Do you drink every day?
No.
Have you had weeks where you drink every day?
Yep.
And you said that week I was a heroin addict, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess it's the continuous nature in which they do.
Yes.
And to sell all your belongings, lose your job, lose your family. I mean, alcoholism can do that.
It can, and I think that's what kind of drives me crazy is how we treat people differently based on what their vice is. Because alcoholism can absolutely do that to you. But when crack do it to you, it's like, oh, like it's all completely different.
It's like, oh shit.
But why?
Crack. It is different.
Why?
It is different. I don't know.
I think we look at crack the way that people used to look at weed. I think we've moved past that a little.
I don't look at weed like that. I look at weed, marijuana more so like how people do it recreationally is interesting to me.
I agree.
Because I think people use marijuana in ways that they wouldn't use alcohol.
I disagree. I think some people, they need that glass of wine to go to sleep, just like they need that edible.
But I never, see, that's why I guess I'm different. I never needed any vice to do something.
Yeah, me either. And
I think once you need something to do something, that's addict.
Agreed. And so that's why I feel like we walk around with addicts every day and don't realize it. That's kind of my point. Now, I think people have made that point about everybody that go out to brunch and drink bottomless, and I don't think that's the case for everybody. I can go to brunch and have fun and twerk and be sober, and I can do it not
sober.
Absolutely.
You're not twerking much these days, though.
I just twerked last night. What you talking about?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh. Sober. Like, to prove a point.
Sober twerking is wild.
Why?
Then again, no, that's true. You got to sober twerk. That's how people have babies. Most babies make. Let me ask you.
Twerking is not sex.
It's not. It's sexual,
dancing.
But it's not dance. It's just dancing. Question: do you think, on average, most babies? Give me your percentage out of 100. What percentage of babies you think were conceived sexually under the influence of a substance or not?
So I'm gonna say 80% under the influence. 80 under the influence.
80% of babies were conceived under the influence. Okay, 80. I think I'm gonna say 40.
You think it's that low?
I don't. I think it's more sober.
You think people just was having regular sex?
I think people having more sober sex than we think. I don't think people having as much intoxicated sex.
I don't know. It be them a lot of them one night stand babies.
But you think it's always intoxication?
You have one night stand sober?
You can have a one night stand sober.
That's so weird to me. Why would I do that?
You can have a one night stand sober.
Why wouldn't I just hit somebody up that I know and trust?
Oh, so you saying if I'm
sober, if I'm in my right mind, why would I go lay down with a stranger? I'm like risking my life. Like, what in the world?
So you saying you need the intoxication?
Yeah, for a stranger. Ugh.
So you saying one night stand sober is wild?
Yeah. Ugh.
You have no sober one night stands?
I don't think so.
That's really a good
That's really wild to me. I can't imagine.
So one night stands like never see him again sober.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see where somebody can have a one night stand sober.
That's interesting.
Why does sex doesn't need intoxication?
Oh no.
Sex is its own intoxication within itself.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think.
But I think most sex without intoxication happens within a relationship. I can't say all children happen within relationships.
So most sober sex happens while in relationships?
Yeah.
So you think no? So you saying once you're in a relationship, you gotta have sober sex?
Got to have? No.
I think most of the sex I've had is always sober.
Because you've been in a relationship like your whole life.
Oh, yeah. That proves your point. Hold on. So
like that's why the whole you up text thing is a thing. Because niggas was out partying, they a little tipsy, and they hitting up whoever in their phone. You up?
Intoxicated sex is not that good.
I agree. But I think it's more common for people that are not in relationships.
That's a good survey. But I really truly think like only 40% of babies
under the influence.
I'm trying to think my child.
Well, you said under the influence. Intoxicated and under the influence, two different things. Because you could be high and have sex.
That's intoxicated.
Okay.
It's intoxicated. Your system. Intoxicated. Okay. Oh my God. Something. That's crazy. She said, "Why are you having one night stand?"
Who does that? That's so weird to me. I can't imagine.
Sorry, guys. I had something about it. So because you said that, what is the list of things you shouldn't be doing sober?
Should not be doing sober. One night stand.
One night stands. Cheating. You think people should cheat sober is wild?
I think it's wilder.
A sober cheat?
Yeah, it's wilder.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's more sinister.
What about murder?
Yeah.
You should probably kill somebody intoxicated?
Yeah. Crime of passion.
Okay. What else? I'm trying to think of something.
I don't know. I
think for a kill, I want to be more sober.
Yeah, you'd probably be more effective. Like, you shouldn't go to all-inclusive resorts sober.
You shouldn't book it.
It's a waste.
If you want to be sober.
It's a waste.
Now, I agree with you on that. A swim-up bar sober, why?
I feel like...
Because it's already pee in this water.
Right. So. I think if all-inclusives want people to come that are sober, they got to have a different package.
Like a yoga.
Yeah, something. So, I'm not... Because if you go to all-inclusive, I'm literally paying... to drink.
What else can we not do sober? I mean, you can podcast on... I podcasted sober.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of times.
I think it's more fun when we all drunk. But you also kind of lose track of the
Those
conversation.
podcasts are really bad.
But they're more fun.
We've had early on, we had so many drunk podcasts.
Yeah. Good times.
They were good times. Especially on COVID, we had some really long drunk podcasts.
Yeah. That was brunch for us.
It was on, and we wasn't getting out of the house, so.
Yeah.
What else shouldn't you do sober? Driving? You should do that sober?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you should drive drunk.
Some people would say it. I don't know because I don't have a tattoo, but some people don't get tattoos sober. They like to have a little bit of numbing in their system to get a
It does something to your blood, though.
It does. I think it thins your blood.
Yeah, so you shouldn't actually do that.
Yeah, they tell you not to. But I know people that will only drink a little bit before getting a tattoo.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good question. What are some things you shouldn't do sober? What are some things you must
I think it's some stuff like other probably risk-taking things that it's like, I could never do that sober.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm sure so. No, I think I want to do that sober in case I need to pull the little thing.
I don't think I want to do most things intoxicated. I prefer to do most things in my life sober. Mm-hmm. Like even this podcast, if we never drink, I would have been fine.
Well, no more liquor.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't think our co-host would come back. It's times where we potted sober, and I'm like, I think they need a drink. Because some people just need that to relax their
loosen up.
To loosen up. I loosen up. Wow. If Mal was here, what would he say? If I said
you loosen up naturally,
I just kind of loosen up naturally. That's wild. I know. I'm just hearing Melvin and Mal like, yo, this is wild.
They would say loosening up is something you shouldn't do sober.
But that also, you got to be less tense. More guys too tense.
I agree.
Can't be walking around with a tight ass. Not a loose ass either. But you don't need a tight ass.
A nice in between.
Yeah, because that's where you keep your stress. I think I keep my stress there. So I don't want to be.
I think the same thing is for women's butt. You want a little jiggle, but you don't want full loose booty.
You don't want a loose booty. Never did nobody right.
Yeah.
You wanted this a
little firm jiggle.
Yeah. Because it's funny because I'm a nervous farter. So I'm a nervous gas person. So if I get nervous, my wife knows because I just let one out. She says, calm down.
So before y'all ran.
Oh, I was letting them out. It's just like, I can't like contain myself when
I'm a nervous peer. I always have to pee.
Ooh, that's too much work. Gas, you can just let it go anywhere.
I know, yeah. I'd be like, before dance recitals, I would be the one like, I gotta go, like running to the bathroom at the last
with
minute.
Like the stockings on and all.
Yes. Oh my God.
Horrible.
It was the worst.
Horrible. You got your whole onesie tutu on.
Right.
You're like, God,
you dang near getting naked.
Sit it. Hold it. Can you hold it? When your parents say, can you hold it? They be pissed. Like, can you hold it? God damn. This child of mine. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dad, we ain't talk about nothing. I thought we were gonna talk about some. I thought we had nothing to talk about. And we might have talk about that. But real quick, I wanted to actually tell y'all. R.I.P. to Yeti. So for all y'all out there, I think Yeti's gone.
Yeah.
Stanley got Yeti's ASS out of here.
Yeah.
Like
unless Yeti come up with some kind of new cool design.
Yeti is like Nike.
They gotta come up with like a neck attachment or something.
Yeah. So Yeti and Stanley is like now Nike and Adidas back in the day. But Yeti got the market capital still. I didn't realize that because Yeti been around for such a long time.
Yeah.
Stanley still got a lot of...
And Yeti probably has a lot of partnerships.
Yeah. So Yeti still got... Because they had the coolers. Stanley didn't get to the coolers yet.
Really?
I ain't see a Stanley cooler. But what I will tell you about Stanley's, I seen Stanley. I remember Stanley's from being younger.
Really?
Now that I think of it. Because Stanley's were construction.
They got coolers.
That's not the Yeti cooler. Look up the Yeti cooler.
No, these are the Stanley
ones.
I
know, but look up the Yeti cooler. The Yeti cooler, you'll be like, oh yeah, they ain't catch up yet. But like, I have family and friends.
They look the same. I mean, Yeti do got some bigger ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got
with the wheels.
They got the beach with it.
Yeah.
But I remember Stanley stuff from. I have people in my family that were construction workers. So Stanley.
Yeah.
Because Stanley is a construction brand.
Yeah, that's why I like.
It's for construction
this
workers.
Is a knockoff, but that's why this design worked to get the commoners.
That's a Stan.
Yeah.
No,
it's just a Lee.
That's a Lee? That's just a Lee?
Yeah.
So they so bulky though. That's what I don't like about them. Yetis were a lot more sleek. Yetis had a lot more different variety of looks.
They never had this handle though.
Yeah, when kids are putting Stanleys on their Christmas list,
I know.
I never put a Yeti on my list.
Right.
I never put a water bottle. Like, that's how you know. That's how you know childhood is whack.
Yeah.
These kids is asking for Stanleys.
I know.
I'm like, damn, this.
But it's just because it's popular. Kids be trying to avoid drinking water. Like it's just because it's popular.
Yeah. But yeah, Stanley. I mean, but I think Stanley gotta be careful. They can be FUBU. They can be Fat Farm. Be careful because it don't take much. Stanley, I
don't know. They be dropping a new Stanley for every holiday now.
The color waves are good.
They be saving the little wrapping paper. Yeah. It's wild. I'm like, y'all crazy.
The Stanley got something going. Like, I feel bad for the Yeti people. The Yeti people probably sick. They're sick.
They working. They coming up with designs every day. Like, no, new one.
Yeah,
like they doing. I
ain't seen the new Yeti yet. They need to be on TV.
They working on it. They working.
I would have an NFL Yeti commercial now. I would get a Yeti.
Wait till the Super Bowl. They working on
Yeti. Yo, if Stanley get a Super Bowl commercial, we can forget a Yeti ever existed. And then there's the other couple brands there, but it's one Walmart brand everybody got too. I forgot what it's called, and that's how I know it's from Walmart because that's their brand. Also, I was going to talk about the downfall of podcasts. Just to let y'all know, most of the podcasts are going extinct. People found out that you actually have something you actually have had to have something to talk about all along. Yeah. I think it's one thing that has saved us is I like to talk. Yeah. Because I don't think anybody else on this podcast likes to talk as much as me. So I think they'd probably be okay not talking.
That's true. So. But I do think you just have to be consistent and you have to be willing to have conversations. Yeah.
Also, you have to be willing to be a character. So if you're out there and you want to start a podcast, you have to be willing to be a character. What that means is you got to be willing to be something not exactly yourself on the podcast. It has nothing to do with your actual real life. That's the trick.
I don't know if I agree with that.
That's the trick.
Because like people's podcasts do be impacting their real life.
It do.
And until this is feeding you and your family.
Oh, so you're saying until it's yielding you money, treat it like it is real life.
Yeah.
That's what you do?
I mean, yeah.
Because some of the stuff I say on here, I don't think I believe.
Oh, I don't say nothing that I don't believe.
Most of it I do, but I do bring up topics just to be antagonistic.
No, I think the only thing that I do that I probably don't do in the real world is like probably some of the jokes I get off.
Yeah, you're not that jokey.
No.
In like social settings. Mm-mm. You also don't talk about sexuality. You probably would never talk about that other than on
no, that's not true.
Oh, shit. I spoke for you. I've never in mixed companies.
I think that's one of my core values.
Talk about
it. What? Like people being free of their sexuality and being...
That's right, because you into the sex party life and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, yeah, I feel like people should be able to experience whatever kink they want to.
I hate to say this. Don't judge me. Very on brand for church girl.
How?
It's very church girl on brand.
To be okay with people being sexually liberated, like that's the opposite of a church.
I think church kids, because of all the sexual suppression, you become the freakiest.
I wouldn't say that I'm the freakiest though. No, but I just support people's liberation.
But it's a different level of freak. Because that kid that you knew that their parents really didn't care, you like, why did they become a square? And look at me. And that's what happens.
I don't know.
The kid that had like their mom used to let them people come in their house, or their mom was never home. Now you like that kid is like
they got it out the way early.
They in church on the front row. And you like, I ain't been. And that's how it happens.
That's funny.
Another couple ramble topics is you got a dad joke?
I don't.
Damn, I don't got one either.
I could probably. Oh, I think I got some bookmarked. Hold on.
Oh, you got a dad joke bookmark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's something that I be telling Jamal to see if he gets them.
I got one. I'm gonna get one. Let me get a dad joke for y'all. One time for the head tops. One time.
Scroll through. Oh, okay. I don't know if you're gonna like this one, but what did the photon say when asked if she needed to check a bag?
The photon?
Mm-hmm.
The photon's like a molecule?
Mm-hmm.
I can see clearly now.
No thanks. I'm traveling light.
Wow, Sid. Wow.
You ain't like that one?
No, I got one for you though.
Okay.
Let's go back and forth. Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands?
Because they got little arms.
Because they're extinct.
Oh, that would make sense too.
Sydney, I'll go. You got one more?
I'm still scrolling through my. I got a lot of bookmarks.
Okay, I got.
Oh, okay. Do you see that circle over there?
Yes.
He's really smart. He has 360 degrees.
That was funny. That was good though. All right, here's the last one. I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Like it.
I think Melvin would have laughed at that.
Yeah,
Melvin is in that seat over there.
Yeah.
Do you call him Melvin or Mel?
I think I do both.
Interchangeable?
Yeah.
Melvin. Anyway, let's talk about. I guess in the last couple of topics, we can talk about being cool with your ex's family. Should you be cool with your ex's family?
think it depends.
I mean, more recently, apparently Offset went into the party and was dancing with Cardi B's grandmother.
I mean, they always gonna be connected. They got kids together.
I think that's bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. I think you shouldn't come around.
Really?
As the one Baltimore rapper says, he dead. He can't come around. What are you,
dumb? I don't agree with that. I think just because our relationship didn't work out, if we share children, we are forever family. Like,
so I should come to the cookhouse just the same?
I mean, if you want to still see my family.
I don't know. Now,
I do think some of what he does is manipulative.
How it ended matters.
Yeah, I agree.
How it ended matters. So if it ended amicably and there was no cheating, it wasn't nothing, no abuse, no violence, bet. But as soon as it's one of those, you shouldn't come around here.
I think in that situation though, because they share kids, you have to see him regardless. You're gonna have to.
True.
So I think the respectful way to do it is to like let Cardi know, like, hey, your grandma invited me to the cookout. Is it cool if I come down? And if she say no, I'm not cool with that, then don't come. Like, unless it involves your children.
I don't think they're doing much
communicating.
Communicating.
Well, yeah, that's because I think he does stuff like that to manipulate her. So I don't agree with it in that sense.
I think Offset's a classic example of when your girl outgrows you. Be careful, guys, out here. Number one piece of advice I give to anybody that's in a relationship long term: don't let your girl outgrow you. And how do you prevent that? Easy. You got to keep growing.
Yeah.
Once your girl outgrows your ass,
you got to hurry up and catch up.
You might be done.
Yeah.
Because by the time a woman realizes certain things and starts to look at themselves different and know their worth in a way of, not saying they should know their worth, that sounds toxic. But when they start really being like, I'm this, and I feel I deserve, and it's not in line with what you think and you do and your actions, you toast. You for the streets. Yeah. And guess what? She's going to level up and you're going to die when you see the next guy. You're going to die inside. Because you're going to be like, man, if only I just read that book. If only I just brought those flowers home. But like, it'd be just the simplest stuff. But a lot of guys fumble the bag like that. Yeah. Because you get used to your relationship today. You get comfortable. Your relationship today is not your relationship 5-10 years from now. So you got to be working today to manifest your relationship for your future. Yeah. And I think that's why it's good as couples to set goals. So then you can understand what you are working on. Yeah, because sometimes, like, if a woman is working on something and she is growing past him, it's easy for him to get left in the dust. But if y'all talk together about what she's learning, what he's learning in his life, because y'all may be experiencing some different things, and what y'all are trying to grow to together, then it's easier for neither to get lost. Yeah. So, like, I can always say the number one thing I had to work on was defensiveness, because I would be really defensive like that. I think a lot of men are. Yeah, something was brought to me, and I realized, like, that's not the most beneficial for my relationship. I had to consciously really work on that. And as I worked on it more, relationship got better. But what happened is you have to keep working on stuff. I think as a men in our nature is not to keep working on stuff, is to kind of like set it and forget it. Yeah. And when we realize that that's not how relationships work, typically you realize that too late. Yeah. But once seeing somebody leave you that was yours, and they happy. And a lot of times they be like, "Oh, they switched up on me," and it's like, "Nah, they did change, but it wasn't bad, right? You shouldn't be the same person at 60. Like, you should have changed. You should evolve. Yeah, but I think a lot of men pride themselves on being the same person, and it's like, I don't know if that's a good thing. You should have changed. No, you shouldn't be the same. Some of your opinions should have. No, I'm not different. The same. You've experienced new things. Yeah, I'm not the same man I was last year. I'm not the same man I was when this podcast started. I'm not the same person I was last month. Yeah, I don't. I've been sober for like 3 weeks. A little bit of alcohol. Yeah, I don't. I think you shouldn't. You shouldn't want to be the same person. Now, being consistent at your core, at your morals and your values is another thing, but that's not being the same person. I don't want to be the same. Yeah. I want to keep growing. I want to be better. I want to evolve. I want to have different interests. I want to grow. And some of that will cause your values to change, which is okay. Yeah. Inherently, it will. Yeah. But no, I don't. I do. You're right. A lot of men pride themselves on being consistent, but also they also got to realize that being consistent comes with stagnation too. So you got to be. You can be consistently growing. You can be consistently evolving, but I don't think consistently you need to be one thing.
Right.
Because you can consistently left your ass behind. Mm-hmm. And also, I think
Imagine if cars was consistently the same.
We would be in Cuba right now. We would be with them. But also, I think a lot of male friendships
don't require growth.
So they don't require growth. But this is where you get in the conundrum as a man, right? If your friendships don't require growth, but your lady or your actual romantic relationship does, and you have to grow, you're growing in your romantic relationship, but you're not growing in your friendships, the clash is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't grow in one place and not grow in the other. So, example.
And that's when your nigga's going to be like, oh, you switching up on us.
Right. Because
that girl got in your head.
She did.
And then they get defensive.
She did. And actually, if you want to be honest, a good woman should get in your head.
Yeah.
A good partner should make you switch up. Should make you look different. You shouldn't be recognizable. But I guess people see that as, I think people want to keep too much of themselves. When I say that, is like not giving up yourself like you have no identity. But understanding that when you choose a relationship, you choose a merger of some sort. Not marriage, but you choose to like, okay, I want to get to that.
Yeah.
That's why like when people say marriage is not the end goal, it's kind of counterproductive of a relationship, because it's like, that's kind of where romantic relationships started. That was the original intent. Yeah. I mean, nowadays we want just a lifelong partnership, but regardless, if it's a lifelong partnership, to sustain the partnership still takes some of the same aspects.
Yeah. So I mean, that's people been together for years and never married, and they still got strong relationships.
Yeah, you have to still keep a strong relationship.
Yeah. It takes work to maintain it, regardless. Yeah.
And you don't have a Stanley. This is you.
The Lee?
Is it called a Lee?
No, it's not actually. It's called like it's a Smilix.
Oh, okay.
It's some.
I won't talk about you. That's right. So congratulations, you're on your journey of not drinking this month.
Yeah.
You haven't drank a drink?
No.
Not a little swallow?
Nope.
Not a shot?
I've been doing good.
How you feel? You feel better?
I feel the same, honestly.
She said, same shit.
I don't feel no different.
She said, I might take a shot.
But I think...
But you're doing it for like health and fitness, right?
Right. And I think it kind of proves my point that I was saying earlier of like some people do use it as a crutch to be able to do certain things. And I don't. I've still been able to do everything that I want to do.
You're still twerking.
Right. So I think it kind of...
Sober twerk is kind of wild.
I don't think it is. I think if you could twerk sober, it means you are okay with what you do when you drunk.
Okay, maybe.
Some people need the courage to twerk. I don't need courage. I got it.
You can start a class.
Sure.
So it's been going well. You know, so you got a fitness trainer?
Yeah, I got a trainer. Yeah.
What you trying to do? You trying to get like body fat, muscle mass? You trying to bulk, tone?
So I'm trying to lose weight differently.
Oh, okay.
I think when I lost weight previously, it was because I was working.
You scared me.
I was working out 2 hours.
2 hours is
a day,
nuts.
every day. Well, no, I did 2 hours for 6 days and 45 minutes for the 7.
Pro athletes.
My light day was the 45-minute day. And I don't think that's healthy.
I could have told you that.
So I'm trying.
It's not sustainable.
And it's not sustainable, clearly. So I'm just trying to go about it differently, trying to approach it.
You would have never, like, women don't, I really don't think men care about women's weight as much as women think. I think most guys, if the woman is a vibe, she's a vibe, and they will adjust. Men will adjust faster than a woman would in terms of like weight or even heights. Like some of the superficial things women look at. So
I mean, that's
like,
true. It is this one guy, he cut off his beard, and I want him to put it back.
See, yeah.
But I'm going to show you. No.
Is that bad?
He never need to cut his beard.
It does bother me that people are so self-conscious about their weight. Because I think sometimes it's, you have to, I want to make sure everybody loves themselves.
I'm telling you, all right.
But his beard, he should definitely not be self-conscious about his beard.
And before I show you this picture, I want to remind you that he is the same age as me. Okay?
He gets serial killer?
That's him without the beard.
He's already looking bad.
I want him to put it back immediately.
Show me his beard.
It's not much better, but it's better. Where is it? Because it's been a minute.
He looks... I hate to say that.
Don't he look better with the hair?
He looks like a man.
What did he look like before?
He looks like a teenager.
He looked like, the teenagers that be looking like old men.
Yeah, like you dressing up, like cosplay.
like your grandparent dressed you.
It's also the shirt's too big.
It's a lot of things wrong, but the beard is the main.
Why the fedora? Why the hat? That looks horrible. That's your friend?
No. Oh. He went to school with some of my friends. And every time I see him post on Facebook, I'm like, oh, put the beard back. This was him at a concert.
He should.
He need to put his beard. He's one of the people that he need his beard.
He looks creepy, bro. He looks like
you could not tell me that this man was 32.
No offense. It gives sexual predator. He needs to put his beard back.
That's what I'm saying. If my man cut his beard off and look like that,
but also
like, you not leaving the house until it's back.
But taking such awkward pictures.
Most men are bad at taking pictures, though.
No, that's horrible.
I think this is a big shirt.
Yo, he gotta find clothes that fit him, bro.
You want me, I'm gonna put y'all in contact so you can help him out.
Just go down a size. Like, if you are a large, he's not even a large. That's like a 2X. You shouldn't have that much fabric gathered.
If my man cut off his beard and looked like this, he would not leave the house until it grew back. You're not about to embarrass me.
I don't know what a beardless small looks like.
I don't want to know.
I don't think he should do it either.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I would talk.
I want to see it. He gonna keep it. It's gonna turn gray. I don't care. It's gonna stay. I think he'll go bald eventually. He'll cut it off.
Oh, well, beards men don't grow bald in their face.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm fine with him losing it up here.
He's almost
not
down
here.
As much as he wears hats, you don't even know he got hair.
Well, yeah. But no, not down here. You got to keep it here. No, I don't want to see it without.
Don't worry, I ain't going to the hat life. I'm just letting you know, I'm going to the surgery life.
You gonna get the plug?
Oh yeah,
I know a couple people that have gotten the plug.
Oh yeah, I'm not. You ain't never going. Dog. Only way I'm going to not get surgery, I have to grow a full beard. If I can't grow a full beard, you won't always see me. I'm going to get surgery on my hairline. But before we get out of here, I just wanted to say this. I didn't want to say this. I said this.
It's okay. I'm gonna get a tummy tuck.
Why?
Because I feel like I'll show you another picture. I was talking to my friend about this today.
Don't get your
navel, it was this girl.
Don't
she
have
used
your navel
to be,
in your sternum.
I won't. This girl, she used to be plus size, and all these people were saying that she got a BBL, and then she was like, "No, I just got a tummy tuck." And I'm like, the material is there. The stomach was just distracting. So hold on, let me. I'm gonna pull up the picture.
I would say you shouldn't get a tummy tuck for this reason.
Well, I gotta lose some first and then tuck.
But also, I don't think you should get a tummy tuck for the simple fact is, a woman that is plus size that tries to lose and they gain muscle in the right places, they will make a BBL look like a chicken chopped liver. Because what you can do with raw ingredients, manufactured ingredients could never.
Yeah.
So I actually am against that for that reason. Because what they're trying to achieve, you actually already have.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The material is there. So she just got rid of her stomach. The material was already there.
The only problem with those but then they got that, it looks weird because their waist is too small.
Well, yeah, that's the goal.
But your waist now you're starting to look like a.
No, she look good. She got a video. She look good. I feel like it fits her.
Tell me that. But I just have to see it.
Okay.
But I feel as though you start to look wide. You don't want a wide butt. You don't want a wide butt and a little waist. It don't look good. It looks weird.
I feel like that's the goal without looking like an ant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She looks
okay.
You can look anty.
I don't think she looks like an ant.
But also the tummy tuck is going to come back though. Tummy tucks aren't forever.
Oh yeah, I know you gotta maintain it. I know that.
But yeah, I actually think you gotta slim down. I think you should slim down I think proportionate is the best.
Agreed.
Because if you don't do proportionate, as you get 60, 70, you're going to look wild.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to look crazy in the senior home.
But, like, 60 hit different now. Like, if you looked at what 60s looked like when we were kids.
I think 60s don't hit different. I think people are more active at 60 than they used to be.
That's true, too. Yeah.
Our grandmothers
we're not sitting in the house.
Right. Our grandmothers at 60, they're letting their breasts touch their knees. Like, they was just doing nothing with themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, them things was just nothing but air pockets.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you don't want that. That's a good sign that you ain't doing enough.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know your muscle mass is really gone.
Mm-hmm.
When them things drop and you got to put them on your back, you know it's over.
I mean, I think some of that happens with gravity naturally.
But muscle will help.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that. You don't want to have to.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna lose weight and then get a low lipo and tummy tuck, and then I think it's there. The material is there.
I don't like some surgeries. They scare me.
Really?
They scare me. They scare me for people because I just know so much can go wrong.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Cosmetic surgeries also because those are some of the most sloppiest doctors. Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean BBL is one of the dangerous surgeries to get. Most dangerous. So.
Shout out, rest in peace to what's a DC Young Fly's girl.
I forgot her name.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah,
that was just that was devastating.
Yeah, but even what's her name? Big Lotto. Her best friend.
Big Lotto. That is Lotto.
Okay, Lotto. She tells her best friend because her best friend wants to get her body done, and she discourages her best friend from getting it. Her best friend is like, "But you got your body done," and she's like, "And that's why I'm telling you. Once you get one thing done, you start nitpicking every other thing on your body, and you just consistently under the knife." And she's like, "I wish I would have never did it."
It's not attractive look anymore. Also, because so many women have been now. Well, I'm also as a newsflash. In real life, not a lot of women got their body done.
No,
a lot of women got their body done on the internet. So in real life, I can count on my one hand in the course of months how many BBLs I actually see in real life.
Yeah, as far as BBLs. Now, I do know plenty that have gotten breast lift and breast reductions. I know tons of people that have gotten those.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of that's covered by insurance.
But so, BBLs, most people don't get BBLs. But also, I think the BBL look has become so commonplace that is also, women aren't uniquely beautiful anymore.
Yeah, they all look the same.
They all look the same. Bust
even
down,
the makeup is the same.
Yeah, it's like the wrapper package. You got the contour, bust down, lashes, fashion over fit. It's real tight. It's just it's a package. It don't even look the same. It don't even look good. I think about all the women we grew up thinking they were beautiful. You think about Felicia Rashad. Think about Nia Long. You think about Jill Scott. I'm just trying to think of different beauties. Think about Takara. You think about...
Though Takara had a hard time, didn't everybody didn't think she was
What's another woman that was just beautiful? We just thought was beautiful growing up. Even Beyonce.
Yeah.
People thought
Halle
Beyonce,
Berry for some people.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Sierra.
And Halle Berry don't got a ton of body.
Right. Sex appeal kills it. You don't need no body when you got sex appeal.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's other sliders that women aren't considering. Sex appeal is one. Energy is one.
Yeah.
You talk well. Even the girl that on Harlem Nights that got him to leave his she wasn't
crazy.
Bodacious, ass is bodacious, whatever, you know what I mean? It was
even ass was bodacious means differently back then. You look at them videos, it's like
even
that
Melissa Ford.
Yeah, no.
Go back, listen, Melissa Ford thick now. She settled into that grown woman body.
Right.
But you look back, you dang, what was pretty then? Even the girl off of Belly that we thought was so gorgeous.
Yeah.
That was that one scene she was in the blue?
Yes.
She was dark skinned. She was in the Bronx too. That was a different look.
Yeah.
We looking at different looks.
Yeah.
Now that we are here, everybody look the same.
But I think to circle back to something you said earlier, I think a lot of that is similar to in the white community. They was getting boob jobs for their 16th or 18th birthdays for high school graduation, rhinoplasties for high school graduation. That was very normal. So I saw it was a thread on Twitter the other day. This girl, she said her mother got her nose done, and so growing up, her mom was like, "I can't wait till you're old enough to get one."
Damn.
But she was like, she always liked her nose.
But tell me you ugly. Tell me my daughter ugly without saying she ugly.
Right. But for them, it was like a rite of passage to get your nose done and your boobs done.
I think as soon as you start the cosmetic surgery, you start to look funny. I don't know if I'm going to cut this part out, but it was interesting because my uncle's baby mother, she got a BBL. I was like, dang. He let that go. And when I show you, I'm going to show it to you. I might have to cut this whole part out. But I was like, look at that's all right. I can't say that.
She was banging.
She looks good. She was always a gorgeous woman.
Okay.
That's what the problem is.
It was a cherry on top.
I mean, she's 40-something years old. I mean, see, that's another thing that people don't understand. That's when the BBL starts to make sense. 45 to 55.
Settled in, yeah.
So it's oh shoot, we reset it.
Yeah.
But at 25, 30, it's kind of
yeah. That's why I'm I feel weird. A lot of the skinnier girls that when we were growing up, they wish they had bigger boobs. They wish they had bigger butt. Now. No, the skinny ones, when their grown woman weight hit, it hit in the right places. And it's like, if you just would have waited.
Wait on God.
You just would have waited. It was coming. Yeah. It was on the way.
And if the BBL is there, by the time that happens, it don't do what
it was supposed to do.
Yeah. You gotta let God work.
Right. It be working on them and they just don't see the vision.
He knew you weren't. I think sometimes women don't get the body because God knows you ain't ready for the attention.
I think that's what happened to me.
I think God knows.
He made me fat.
He said, listen, if I give it to you.
He knew. He said, if she not fat, she gonna be on the pole.
Oh. That's not what I said, John. For the record, that's his speech.
So he said, I gotta make her metabolism slow as a snail.
You think God did that to you?
Yes. He knew. I
swear. God gave you metabolism so you wouldn't.
No, because it's so funny. When I lost a lot of weight, I have a cousin and she's like pretty slim. Yeah, she's slim.
God knew.
When I lost weight, I feel like I looked like her twin. I was like, dang, it was there, but it's my metabolism not there.
So God slowed down your metabolism
to keep me off the pole.
That's why. You ever told your parents that?
No, they'll hear it now.
I think that's it. I think the episode's over. So for the record, God slowed down her metabolism to keep.
My friends used to always tell me in college, they like, girl, you could have been a bottle girl. Like you had it, like it was there. But I never could see it for myself because I was always overweight. So I could never see the vision.
So now that you're on this side, you know why God did it? Mm-hmm, so you really knew you would have been.
Oh, yeah. If I saw the vision, I would have been a bottle girl. I would have done it.
You wouldn't have been here today.
I would have been Melissa Ford on your podcast.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
But I didn't see the vision. I still don't be seeing the vision. But it's just because.
So as many times as your man tells you you're beautiful, it don't hit the same?
I don't think he say it enough, first of all. But.
What's enough?
Every day.
Every day is a lot. Like really? Every day can start to sound weird.
You say good morning every day. You say I love you every day. You say I kiss you every day. Like you do those things every day.
I think 3-4 times a week.
You don't kiss every day?
No, every day. I'm talking about just say you're beautiful because it can become ingenuine at a certain point.
No, you're supposed to think I'm beautiful regardless. Duh.
No, I think you can think it, but I don't think saying it every day is kind of interesting. But anyway, what you about to say?
I don't know.
Well, that's another episode of Unsolicited Views. Did you get Invisaligns?
Yeah, that's why I sound like Daffy Duck.
When did you get those? And you
this week.
Why?
To straighten my teeth.
They didn't look crooked.
Well, I've had braces twice.
Oh.
And I didn't wear my retainer, so they slipped a little bit. I only have to wear them for 18 weeks. It's like not long.
I'm about to get some.
Yeah.
I need my teeth.
Because with Invisalign, you trade them to the next step up every 2 weeks. I only had to trade 9 times. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like my teeth about to start crib walking, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. My dentist was saying that from when I had braces, you can see like the slight things that have moved that can be like it could cause more issues. So he was like, we might as well straighten it now because I can get it. I would be done with these by like the end of February, and then as long as I wear my retainer every night, it won't cause later issues down the line. He's just like
metal retainer go over your head.
No.
Oh. Well, that's another episode of Unsolicited Views. It's Syd and Jon, last man standing. We'll see who makes it this time next year. I think we'll get to April.
Okay.
April. We'll get to our 7-year anniversary.
Woo woo. One more event in the bag.
Maybe. That's another episode. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Unsolicited Views.